Just a few reminders to enhance your visiting Pioneer Park. Parking at Tusculum University baseball games is limited only to 30 marked spots in the parking lot behind the Nice Water Sports Complex and Pioneer Park. Parking is not permitted in curbside or in grass areas. Parking is also not permitted on the gravel drive behind the left field wall leading to the plate service. This drive must be kept clear at all times for emergency vehicles and for staff access. We ask for all fans to please be alert at all times during tonight's game. Baseballs and bats may tend to wander into seating areas from time to time. Foul balls can also appear while the green canopy supports the buggy head, so please be alert. Also, restroom facilities are located throughout the concourse. The concession stands are temporarily closed this weekend, so outside food and drink are allowed to be brought into the complex, but we ask you to please properly dispose of any trash in any of the many trash receptacles located here in the facility. Also, Tusculum University is proud to be a tobacco-free campus. The use of tobacco products, including smoking, vaping, and smokeless tobacco, are not permitted on the Tusculum campus. Fans, we invite you to pick up a free copy of tonight's game program, enter the roster, schedule, statistics, and updated standings for the South County Conference. They're located at the main entrance and they're absolutely free.
Glad you could join us this evening here along the Pioneer Sports Network. It's a beautiful evening for baseball. Feels more like the middle of April than it does the beginning of March. Game time temperature is going to be right at 69 degrees. The wind will be blowing at 6 miles an hour towards the north, which will move that towards left field as the wind typically blows out to left here at Pioneer Park. And the temperature will be dropping through the 60s and into the upper 50s tonight, but no chance of rain. In fact, no chance of rain this whole weekend. Tomorrow's doubleheader will start at 1 o'clock, and temperatures will reach the upper 70s for that twin bill. If you want to follow along with live stats this evening, you can visit TusculumStats.com. They'll have the statistical action for you this evening. And we're glad you're along here on the Pioneer Sports Network with all of the video. And these teams will play 2 tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch here at Pioneer Park. We'll have video coverage for you, but there will be no play-by-play. We'll be back here on the Pioneer Sports Network next Friday night when the Pioneers host Lenore-Rhine. LR 15th in the nation this week. They are 17-1 and about to go 18-1 as they lead Coker 11-2 in the 5th inning in their game. Earlier this afternoon, UVA-Wise got their first conference win of the year as they beat Mars Hill 10-3. And in a non-conference game this afternoon, Carson Newman got decked at the Silver Diamond by Quincy by a score of 16-0. Also tonight, it'll be Limestone at Newberry. Anderson will be at number 1 Wingate in what should be a great showdown as well between two teams that are off to a great start. Obviously, Wingate, the defending national champions. Also tonight, Queens is at Catawba. And we'll pause at this time for the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem prior to baseball action this evening between Tusculum and Lincoln Memorial. Harbor Jefferson making his 5th start of the season for the Pioneers. Jefferson, the right-hander, grad student, 6'2", 175 pounds, out of Cleveland, Tennessee. 3-1 record, a 2.82 earned run average for Jefferson. 22 in a third innings, 23 hits, 7 earned runs. Just 1 walk this season allowed by Jefferson. He has struck out 18. And opponents hitting .253 against Harbor Jefferson. So Jefferson will try and start this series off on the right foot for the Pioneers. Against these Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters. Jefferson's last start was last Friday at Queens. He took the loss in the 9-3 loss to Queens, went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts, allowed a pair of home runs. After he opened the season with 3 victories over Palm Beach Atlantic, Illinois Springfield, and Malloy. Jefferson has gone at least 5 innings in each of his 4 starts. For his career, Jefferson a 9-4 record and a 4.36 earned run average. This is his 5th year as he got the extra year because of the 2020 COVID issues. Went 3-2 with a 4.14 ERA and 8 starts in 2019, then just pitched 2/3 of an innings in 2020. Last year, pitched out of the bullpen, a 2-1 record, a 4.40 ERA. 70 strikeouts, 39 walks, and 84 2/3 career innings for Harbor Jefferson. And he's ready to go, as leading off for LMU will be Chris Hall. The freshman's hitting .298 this season, no home runs, and 6 runs batted in. Tonight's umpires behind home plate. We'll get the umpires for you here in just a moment as we're waiting for them to be updated in the system. The first pitch is delivered for a called strike at 6 o'clock on the dot. 1 strike, the count to Chris Hall. Jefferson's 0-1 pitch is off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hall making his 13th start of the season. Bunts this one foul, and it'll be out of play up into the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Hall. Hall had a 7-game hitting streak stopped on Saturday against Lander in Game 2 of that doubleheader. He picked it right back up, going 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored against Mars Hill on Monday. Or check that, Tuesday. Tuesday was March 1st. 2-2 the count to Chris Hall leading off the ballgame. The windup in the pitch. Outside. Defense playing straight up here against Hall. Jefferson winds in the pitch. Hit down the third baseline. It's off the bag and down the left field line. Hall makes the turn. He's heading for second, and he's going to get there with a fluke double to start the game. As Hall put that one right off the bag, Ortega was there. He probably would have had a tough play anyway, but Hall turns it into a leadoff double, his second double of the season. And he's a leadoff base runner here in the first. Now we have our umpires. Donovan Lortz working behind the plate tonight. John Poulin at first base, and Tim Guerin is the umpire at third. It'll bring Cameron Bowen to the plate. Bowen hitting .274, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Jefferson looks Hall back to second, and his pitch is low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Bowen out of Williamsburg, Kentucky. Last season made 16 starts for the Splitters, hit .255 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Jefferson with a stretch. And he'll look the runner back, nobody covering. Bowen was 3 for 6 against Mars Hill in their victory on Tuesday. Jefferson's pitch is hit foul down the left side towards the LMU bullpen, and it'll be out of play. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Bowen. Jefferson with the stretch. Pickoff throw at second. The 1 hopper that was fielded by Robinson. Hall has 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts. LMU likes to run. They've stolen 38 bases in 15 games, which is 3rd in the conference and 12th in Division II. Newberry has stolen 76 bases this season. The next pitch is inside for a ball, 2-1. Newberry's averaging 4 stolen bases a game. And all that base running is paying off for the Wolves as they are 15-3. A lot of teams with a lot of good non-conference records in this early going. Jefferson's pitch is popped up foul. It'll be out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Bowen. A young lineup for this LMU team, as they have 3 freshmen and 4 sophomores in the starting lineup. This one is hit to right field. It'll be foul. It's hanging up there on the run and off the top of the wall. And foul as Reynolds was giving chase. And he probably wisely shied away from that one as it hit off the bricks down the right field line near the Tusculum bullpen and bounced back towards the playing area. 2-2 the count holds to Bowen. Jefferson studies. And he will come with the 2-2 pitch. Inside and hit him. Bowen wears that one and he'll take first base. Second time he's been hit this season. The second batter hit by Jefferson this year. And LMU has runners at first and second and nobody out for the second baseman Carson Bowles. Bowles, a freshman, hitting .339, no home runs, 12 runs batted in. Bowles out of Lebanon, Tennessee, 5'11", 165 pounds. Leads the team in hitting with that .339 average among regulars. And he's hit safely in 5 straight. Jefferson's first pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Bowles was 5 for 10 in the series at Lander over the weekend. 19 hits, just 1 for extra bases so far. He has 1 double. Jefferson with the 0-1 delivery. That's a breaking ball in there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Carson Bowles. Jefferson gets a sign from McCauley. He'll come with the 0-2. Another breaking ball that hits him. On the 0-2 pitch, Bowles is hit, and the bases are loaded. So Jefferson, who had hit just 1 batter all season, has hit 2 back-to-back, and just like that, the bases are loaded with nobody out. It'll bring the first baseman Ryan Kurth to the plate. Kurth hitting .321. He's hit 3 home runs and knocked in 11. Kurth, a sophomore out of Winter Springs, Florida, 5'11", 205 pounds. Last season, started 26 games, hit .267 with 2 home runs. He hit his 3 home runs in back-to-back-to-back games. He hit 1 in each hand of a doubleheader against Kentucky Wesleyan on February the 12th, and then hit 1 against Kentucky State 3 days later. So Kurth, who has not knocked in a run in his last 5 games, bats with the bases loaded and nobody out. The first pitch is blocked by McCauley, 1 ball and no strikes. So LMU looking to start quickly here as they've loaded the bases with nobody out. Next pitch from Jefferson's a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Kurth. Low, 3 balls and no strikes. So it's a long way back for Harbor Jefferson. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3-0 count on Kurth. The windup and the 3-0. Outside corner, strike 1. Three and 1 the count to Kurth. Jefferson winds 3-1. Popped up, foul, out of play. And it'll be a full count. Three and 2 the count to Kurth. Jefferson winds at 3-2, is high, ball 4. And LMU takes a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first on a bases-loaded walk to Ryan Kurth, his 12th RBI of the season. So it started off with a bad hop double by Hall, back-to-back hit batsman, and then a bases-loaded walk, and it's 1-0. Up steps Kevin McCarthy, the designated hitter. McCarthy making just his 6th start of the season, but he has done well. He is 7 for 16, a .438 average. No home runs, 5 runs batted in. McCarthy's hit safely in all 6 of his appearances. He last played Saturday at Lander, went 1 for 4. He's knocked in runs in 4 of his 6 games as well. As pitching coach Todd Ireland out to give his wisdom to Harbor Jefferson. Ireland returns to the dugout. McCarthy, junior, 5'9", 185 pounds, out of Knoxville. Went to Farragut High School and then Columbia State Community College. Batting still with the bases loaded and nobody out. Jefferson's first pitch is fouled away, 1 strike. One strike the count to Kevin McCarthy. Jefferson with the windup and the 0-1. Low and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jefferson, 23 pitches already in this first inning. The next pitch is a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to McCarthy. Jefferson winds the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Jefferson gets his first strikeout. 1 down here in the first. The third baseman, Caston Harvey, comes to the plate. Harvey hitting .300 on the dot, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Harvey, a freshman out of Easley, South Carolina, fouls this one away, 1 strike. Harvey started his career with a flourish. He hit safely in 6 of his first 7 games. Next pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Harvey. Jefferson with the windup and the 1-1. Hit to center field. Williams going back. He'll have room at the warning track, and he makes the catch. Tagging from third is Bowen. He'll score. Bowles tags and goes on to third. It's a sacrifice fly for Caston Harvey, his 8th run batted in of the year, and Lincoln Memorial leads at 2-0 here in the first. The runners at the corners now with 2 outs. For the right fielder, Andrew Keene. Keene hitting .186, 8 for 43, 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. Keene, a junior, 6 foot 210 pounds, out of Woodstock, Georgia, by way of Chipola College. Jefferson will step off the rubber. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Jefferson's first pitch is a called strike in the outside corner. Keene, a little bit of a slump. He's 1 for his last 16. High. One ball, 1 strike. Stretch by Jefferson. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Keene. Jefferson trying to get out of this first inning jam. The stretch. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play. Still 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count remains to Andrew Keene, 7th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Rail Splitters. Pickoff throw, and he throws it away. He had the runner leaning Kurth, and into score comes Bowles. Kurth will make the turn. He'll go all the way to third as Reynolds retrieves it. And it's 3-0 on the errant pickoff throw. Kurth was definitely leaning, and they had him, but the throw just one-hopped Ezra, who had no chance. And into score comes Bowles, and Kurth all the way to third. It'll be an error on the pitcher Jefferson. It's 3-0. Jefferson looked like he was one pitch away from getting out of this inning at 2 runs, and now it's 3 runs, and that pitch is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Keene. Kurth now all the way at third base. The pitch. Low in the dirt, blocked by McCauley. It's a full count. 3-2 the count. As Jefferson working over 30 pitches in this first inning. Windup and the pitch. Hit towards left center field. Drifting over is Keener, and he'll make the catch in front of Williams for the out to end the inning. But Lincoln Memorial, just 1 hit in the inning, and it was that leadoff double by Hall. 2 hit batsmen, a walk, and an error. 3 runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Through a half inning, it's Lincoln Memorial 3, Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the first inning, and Tusculum will face Patrick Queener for the first time in this ballgame. Queener getting the start for the Rail Splitters, his 5th start of the year. He's 2-2 with a 4.95 earned run average. 20 innings, 23 hits, 11 earned runs, 9 walks, 26 strikeouts in 20 innings for Patrick Queener, the junior out of Brentwood, Tennessee. Queener last season 0-3 in 4 starts with a 4.87 ERA. Queener's last time out against Lander on Friday night gave up 7 runs in 6 innings, 9 hits. Took the loss. Struck out 3 and walked 2. Queener back-to-back 9 strikeout games this season in wins over Kentucky Wesleyan and Cedarville. He pitched 5 shutout innings against Cedarville, 7 hits, struck out 9. Tusculum lineup, Kyle Williams will lead off in center field, Zane Keener in left field hitting second, Wes Reynolds in right field bats third, Lewis Ezra at first base hitting fourth, Christian Ortega at third base hits fifth, Will Samuelson, the DH, will bat sixth, Zach Wilson at shortstop hits seventh, Britton Robinson at second base hits eighth, and Blaze McCauley batting ninth doing the catching. It'll be Kyle Williams leading off for the Pioneers, hitting .267, no home runs, 6 RBIs. The first pitch is bounced to third, smothered on a short hop, and throw across by Harvey is in time for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out to Kyle Williams. Zane Keener will come to the plate. Keener hitting .333 this season. 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Keener has been probably the Pioneers' most consistent hitter this season, sophomore out of Knoxville. He went 3 for 10 in the series at Queens with 2 RBIs. 0 for 4 in Wednesday's win at Carson Newman. Keener started all 15 games for the Pioneers. The next pitch to him is low and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Zane Keener, 5'9", 180 pounds. Last season, Keener hit .263 for the Pioneers in 30 games. The next pitch is off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. So this much anticipated Keener matchup here in the first inning. Keener pitching from the stretch. The pitch is fouled at the plate, off the foot, it looks like, of Keener, as he reacts to that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference this evening, Newberry leads Limestone 3-1 in the first inning, as Newberry got 3 runs in the bottom of the first. And yes, they do have a stolen base already. Wingate got 3 in the first against Anderson. That's 3-1. Bulldogs after an inning. Queener's pitch hit foul over the Tusculum dugout. Queens and Catawba, they're scoreless in the first inning at Catawba this evening. Catawba uncharacteristically 9-8 this season. You talk about teams that got off to great starts. Catawba not one of them. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Keener down looking. 2 up and 2 down for the Pioneers here in the first. And it'll bring Wes Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds flashed a little muscle on Wednesday as he hit 2 home runs at Carson Newman. He was 3 for 5 in the game with 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Reynolds now hitting .311 this season, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Pitch is low and away to Wes Reynolds, 5'11", 175-pound senior out of Cherryville, North Carolina. Reynolds a career .280 hitter with 5 career home runs. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Reynolds has 5 multi-hit games this season. Next pitch to him. He chases that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Wes Reynolds. So Queener's got the jump. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Queener with the long look. He'll come set. And the pitch. Try to get him to chase that one. And he lays off. The count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also in the South Atlantic Conference this evening, Lenore Rhine leads Coker 14-2. That game's in the bottom of the 6th inning in Hickory. Queener with the stretch and the 2-2 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Back-to-back called strikeouts for Queener, who fans 2 in the first. At the end of 1, it's Lincoln Memorial 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the top of the 2nd inning with Tusculum trailing by a score of 3-0. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Rail Splitters here in the 2nd inning against Harbor Jefferson, who labored through that first inning. 35 pitches in the opening inning for Harbor Jefferson. 20 strikes, 15 balls. And he'll go to work here in the 2nd. As leading off for LMU is the catcher Sam Mast. Mast hitting .351, 4 home runs, leads the team in homers, He's knocked in 12, and he goes after the first pitch and drives it to deep center field. Williams drifting back towards the warning track, and he'll make the catch for the out. So Mast gave that one a ride, but he's retired. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second for Jefferson. Colin Goda will come to the plate. Goda, the left fielder, hitting .318, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Goda, redshirt freshman, 6 foot, 185 pounds, out of Bradenton, Florida. Goda has started all 15 games for the Splitters. Goda went 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored in his last game against Mars Hill on Tuesday. And he is in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Jefferson, the wind, and the 0-2 pitch. He protects and fouls that one away. Still 0-2. Goda has 2 doubles and 2 triples among his hits this season. Also has 6 stolen bases. The 0-2 pitch from Jefferson. His fastball fouled away. Still 0-2. The balls and 2 strikes, the count holds to Colin Goda. The pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. Goda's down on strike, second strikeout for Harbor Jefferson. And it's 2 up and 2 down here in the second inning. Back to the top of the order for the center fielder, Chris Hall. Hall hit a grounder to third that went off the bag and down the left field line for a double. Kind of set the tone for that whole first inning as Lincoln Memorial got 3 runs in the inning. First pitch to him is low and in for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes, the count to Hall. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Jefferson came into today's game 11th in the conference in earned run average at 2.82. And strikeout to walk ratio was tops in the conference at 18-1. It's now 20-2. It's still pretty good. He'll wind in the pitch, fouled away. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Hall. Jefferson with the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to Chris Hall. Jefferson's pitch. Hit in the hole on the right side for a base hit. Hall is 2 for 2. He has both hits in the game. And he is a 2-out base runner. Hall has stolen 2 bases in 3 attempts this season. As Cameron Bowen will come to the plate. Bowen was hit by a pitch his first time up. He scored on a sacrifice fly by Harvey. Stretch by Jefferson. And the pitch right there for a strike. One strike the count to Cameron Bowen. Jefferson's 0-1 pitch is chopped in the hole on the left side, knocked down by the shortstop Wilson. As Ortega will return to third base, Hall will hold on at second. So a nice job by Wilson of keeping the ball in the infield. As Hall will stop at second base. Back-to-back seeing eye singles, if you will, for the Rail Splitters. And they've got runners at first and second with 2 outs for Carson Bowles. Bowles was hit by an 0-2 pitch to load the bases in the first inning, and he came around to score on a throwing error on a pickoff attempt by Jefferson. Jefferson's first pitch to him is hit to left center field. It's hit pretty well. Williams is tracking it to the warning track, and he'll make the catch on the run to end the inning. So Bowles gave that one a ride, but Williams tracks it down for the third out. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left for the Rail Splitters here in the second inning. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's Tusculum trailing Lincoln Memorial 3-0 on the Pioneers Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Tusculum trailing Lincoln Memorial 3-0. Patrick Queener with 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 first inning. He'll go to work here against the middle of the Pioneer lineup. Lewis Ezra will lead it off for the Pioneers. Ezra, the Tusculum first baseman, hitting .298, leads team in home runs with 4, and he has knocked in 9. Ezra, the left-handed batter, 6'3", 220 out of Miami Lakes, Florida. 4 home runs, a career high. Career .275 hitter as he chops this one foul at the plate, 1 strike. One strike the count to Lewis Ezra. Ezra in Wednesday's game at Carson Newman, 3 for 5 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Tusculum hit 4 home runs in that game. Next pitch to him is low for a ball, 1-1. Those 4 home runs, 4 of the Pioneers' 14 home runs this season. As the Pioneers snapped a 4-game losing streak with that 9-5 victory. Breaking ball stays inside. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Ezra. He'll be followed by Ortega and Samuelson here in the second. 2-1 pitch is off his foot, and Ezra is hit by a pitch. Second time he's been hit this season, the first batter that Queener has hit this year. They'll bring Christian Ortega to the plate. Ortega, the third baseman, hitting .250, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. So Ortega steps in. A senior, 6'3", 215 pounds out of Miami by way of Davis and Elkins. Played 3 years at Davis and Elkins. Takes called strike. Last year hit .381 with 5 homers and 24 RBIs for the Senators. Played 2 seasons there. Was a member of the team for 3 years. 1 strike the count to Ortega. Queener's pitch is chopped foul off his foot at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Ortega had endured an 0 for 13 slump. He was 0 for 11 in the series at Queens, but broke out of it on Wednesday at Carson Newman with a home run. Stretch in the pitch is fouled back to the screen. Still 0-2 the count to Ortega. Queener's pitch, breaking ball off his foot to the shortstop, and a throw on to second for 1, back to first, not in time. Great reaction there by Bowen as the ball went off the foot of the pitcher Queener And Bowen gets the out at second as Ezra is out 1-6-4 on the fielder's choice. And Ortega is safe at first. And Will Samuelson will come to the plate. Samuelson has been hitting the ball lately. He's hitting .367, a home run, 4 runs batted in. Samuelson, the sophomore, 6'1", 215 pounds, out of Charlotte by way of Catawba Valley Community College. He was an all-region and all-American selection at Catawba Valley. Hit 10 home runs last year there. Hit his first home run in a Pioneer uniform last Friday at Queens. Hit a solo shot. He went 3 for 5 Wednesday at Carson Newman. Pitch to him is low and in for a ball. The staff would love to see Samuelson solidify a spot in the lineup. Tusculum can use that other left-handed power threat to go along with Ezra. And Keener to an extent, although Keener's not your prototypical power hitter, but he does have power. Called strike makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Samuelson. Queener with a long set in the pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Still 1-2 the count to Will Samuelson. Ortega, the runner at first base, and I've noticed in the games we've done this year, he gets big leads out there, but he's not really a base stealer. He's only stolen 1 base this season. Pitch to Samuelson is up and away, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count to Will Samuelson. Big shift. They've got him shaded over to right center field, and he loops this one into left, and it's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Goda. So Samuelson went the other way to try and beat the shift, and he does as he loops a single into left field. Ortega will hold on at second. Pioneers had their first hit of the game, and runners at first and second with 1 out for the shortstop, Zach Wilson. Wilson making his 14th start of the season, .255 hitter, no home runs, 8 runs batted in for Wilson. Wilson, a sophomore out of Lawndale, North Carolina, by way of Cleveland Community College, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Shows bunt, offers at it, strike 1. Wilson was 2 for 5 in Wednesday's win at Carson Newman, making his 14th start of the season. Queener with the stretch. The 0-1 offering is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Zach Wilson. Britton Robinson, the second baseman, waits on deck. Queener's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Wilson. Stretch by Queener. The 1-2 pitch is popped up down the right side. It's playable. Giving chase is the right fielder, Keene, and he'll make the catch in foul territory for the out. So Keene on the run makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And the second baseman, Britton Robinson, will bat. Robinson making his 3rd start of the season. He is 1 for 14 at the plate, .071 average, but he has knocked in 3 runs. Robinson, a freshman out of Berea, Kentucky, 5'8", 175 pounds. Attended ETSU last season, but did not play. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Robinson got his first hit of the season against Malloy on February 20th, and that's also the game where he knocked in all 3 runs he's knocked in this season. He was 0 for 5 in Wednesday's loss to Carson Newman, with 4 strikeouts, and he's down in the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count to Britton Robinson. Queener's pitch is hit foul. Still nothing in 2. Oh and 2 the count remains to Britton Robinson. Queener with the set and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Queener, and he works out of a 2-on-1-out jam here in the second inning. At the end of 2, it's Lincoln Memorial 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. As we go to the top of the third inning, the first pitch to Ryan Kurth is skied into right field, and Wes Reynolds makes the catch for the first out. Kurth had walked with the bases loaded his first time up, which knocked in the first run of the game for the Rail Splitters, but he's out on one pitch here in the third. The designated hitter Kevin McCarthy will bat. McCarthy struck out his first time up. 3-0 LMU. They got all 3 of their runs in the top of the first inning. They've out-hit Tusculum 3-1. Pitch to McCarthy is a swing and a miss, strike 1. One strike the count to Kevin McCarthy, the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count, the pitch, low and in, 2-1. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference this evening, Newberry leads Limestone 3-1, bottom of the third inning at Newberry. Wingate, number 1 in the country, now leads Anderson 5-1. They've gone to the third inning at Wingate, as McCarthy fouls this one out of play. Ball and 2 strikes, the count to McCarthy. Queens leads Catawba 1-0 in the second inning at Catawba at Newman Park. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Harbor Jefferson, 2 down here in the third. And Caston Harvey, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Harvey hit a sacrifice fly his first time up, which made it 2-0 at the time. Another game in progress this evening. Lenore Ryan leads Coker 14-4 in the 7th. 1 strike the count to Harvey. LR with 13 hits in the game. He led it 14-2 after 5. The next pitch is high. We'll look at the South Atlantic Conference standings here in a moment. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Wingate, Queens, Coker all 3-0. Mars Hill is 2-2 now. UVA Wise is 1-3. Limestone's 1-2. Tusculum and Carson Newman both 0-3. Pitch. Hit up the middle. Wilson to his left, and he has it. His throw across is in time for the out. Nice play by Zach Wilson. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Harbor Jefferson. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is Lincoln Memorial 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the third inning with Tusculum trailing 3-0. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters here for the Pioneers in the bottom of the third inning with Blaze McCauley leading off, followed by Williams and Keener. 2 more tomorrow, 1 o'clock first pitch. We'll have video for you, but no commentary here on the Pioneer Sports Network. And then next Friday night, Lenore-Ryan here to start a 3-game series. We will be along that night on the Pioneer Sports Network. 6 o'clock first pitch between the Pioneers and the Bears next Friday night. Then Saturday the 12th, it'll be a doubleheader with Lenore-Ryan, and then Tusculum's on the road for a couple weeks. We'll finish off the month with Lee and King on the 29th and 30th. Blaze McCauley leading off for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the third inning, facing Patrick Queener. McCauley making his 8th start of the season, 208 batter, 5 for 24, now 6 for 25 as he shoots this one down the right field line for a base hit. As he got it past the first baseman, Kurth, and McCauley takes the first pitch and gets a base hit. So McCauley is a leadoff base runner here in the third. And Kyle Williams will come to the plate. Williams was out on the first pitch. He grounded out to third his first time up. Williams is senior, 5'9", 170 pounds, out of Yuba City, California. Bats with McCauley on at first. A step off and a fake throw. That's perfectly legal. Williams shows bunt, takes a strike. But the Pioneers this season are the opposing catcher's best friends. Tusculum has played 15 games this season. They have stolen 5 bases, which is very low for a Pioneer team. And worse yet, they've been caught 4 times. Been such an integral part of this team the last few years as Williams bunts it in front of the mound. Queener off the mound, throw to first, is in time for the out. It's 1-3 on the sacrifice as McCauley takes second base. Zane Keener, the left fielder, will bat. Keener was called out on strikes his first time up. With just 5 stolen bases for the Pioneers. We can contrast that to last season. Last season, the Pioneers played 41 games, and they stole 86 bases. Averaged about 2 a game. As the first pitch to Keener is out for a ball. But Bryson Ford, 23 steals, he graduated. Dalton Martin, 12 steals, he graduated. Brandon Trammell, 11 steals, he's gone too. Kyle Williams had 13 steals, he's back. So the lack of steals is primarily due to the fact that the guys who stole them are gone. And Keener is at the plate. Pitches up and away. 2 balls and a strike to count to Zane Keener. Bowen sneaking in behind McCauley at second. Big hole on the right side up the middle as they have the second baseman, Bowles, playing way in the hole on the right side. Three balls and a strike to count to Zane Keener. With Reynolds on deck. The pitch. Low, ball 4. First walk issued by Queener, and Keener is a one-out base runner. Putting runners at first and second for Wes Reynolds. Reynolds was called out on strikes to end the first inning. Reynolds 3 home runs this season, 2 of them coming on Wednesday. Queener's first pitch to him is lined to right center field. Giving chase is Hall, and it drops in for a base hit. Late start for McCauley. He's rounding third, but he will score standing as over to third base goes Keener. And the Pioneers get their first run of the game on an RBI single by Wes Reynolds. For Reynolds, his 10th run batted into the season. And it's a 3-1 ball game. As Keener motored over to third base. Luis Ezra at the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. So it's a 3-1 ball game here in the third. Ezra batting with runners at the corners. Just a .212 hitter this season with runners on base. And he takes a called strike. A belt-high fastball from Queener. 1 strike to Ezra. A 1 pitch in the dirt. It's blocked by the catcher Mast, but it gets away from him at the plate as he can't find it. And in to score is Keener. And it's a 3-2 ball game as Reynolds moves up to second base on the wild pitch. Mast blocked it, but it bounced way in the air and got just behind him, and then it wound up in his feet, and those are the worst ones for a catcher. And by the time he could find it, Keener had scored. And Reynolds takes second base, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Ezra batting with a 1-1 count. The pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Ezra. Ortega waits on deck. Queener will step off and simulate a pickoff throw. He had Bowen out there, but not at the bag. 1-2 the count to Ezra. The pitch, he yanks it to second, charging and scooping his Bowles in time for the out. As Reynolds will take third with 2 outs in the inning for the third baseman, Christian Ortega. So the Pioneers back in this one here in the third inning with 2 runs. Ortega hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. He hit a 1-hopper that went off the foot of the pitcher, Queener, and carry him to the shortstop Bowen, who got a force out at second. Ortega now hitting .245. Queener's pitch to him is a breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 strike to count to Christian Ortega. The stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on another breaking ball. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Ortega. Queener with the stretch. 0-2 delivery. Hit to third. Played on the backhand by Harvey. His throw across the diamond is in time for the out. And the inning is over. The Pioneers get 2 in the inning on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 3, it's Lincoln Memorial 3, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneers Sports Network. Welcome back to Pioneer Park as we go to the top of the fourth inning with Lincoln Memorial leading Tusculum by a score of 3-2. We're glad you could join us on the Pioneer Sports Network this evening. I'm Jim Miller. Aaron Fudge, our producer tonight. On a beautiful Friday night here in East Tennessee. Could not ask for any better weather. It was 69 degrees at first pitch, dropping to the mid-60s now, but still beautiful out this evening. As leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Rail Splitters, it's right fielder Andrew Keene. Keene flying out to left his first time up to end the first inning. LMU got all three of their runs in the first inning. On a bases-loaded walk, a sacrifice fly, and a throwing error. Jefferson's 0-1 pitch is bounced foul at the plate, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Andrew Keene. It'll be Keene, Mast, and Goda here in the fourth. Another one bounce foul at the plate, still 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count remains to Andrew Keene. Jefferson's pitch is off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arbor Jefferson, 3 innings so far, 2 earned runs on 3 hits. 1-2 pitch. Or check that. I had the count all messed up there. I'll freely admit that. In fairness, our scoreboard is not functional, so I've kind of got to work off the live stats, and they were down, and I was occupied with other things. So that was a 3-2 pitch that was taken for ball 4. But if you were watching at home, you knew that. Keene is the leadoff base runner on our second walk of the game for Jefferson. And the catcher Sam Mast will bat. Mast flied out to center his first time up. Takes low for a ball. I don't think we told you about Sam Mast his first time up. He's a 6'1", 225-pound sophomore out of Nashville. Hitting .351, 4 home runs this season. Last year he started 18 games, hit .250 with a home run. He shoots this one in the hole on the left side for a base hit. Keener up with it. He'll deliver it back to Wilson. Stopping at second base is Keene. And after going 1-2-3 in the third inning, LMU's got their first 2 men on base with nobody out here in the fourth. And the number 9 hitter, Colin Goda, will come to the plate. Goda struck out looking his first time up. Jefferson has struck out 3 and walked 2. See if Goda will be sacrificing here. He is. He gets it down. Jefferson off the mound. Thought about throwing it to a different base, but then thought wiser and threw on to first for the out. 1-3 on the sacrifice. Moving Keene to third, Mast to second with 1 out for the center fielder, Chris Hall. Hall has 2 of LMU's 4 hits. He doubled off the third base bag to lead off the game and scored in the first. And then in the second inning, he came through with a single as well. So he is 2 for 2, now batting .327. The first pitch to him is right there for a strike. 1 strike, the count to Chris Hall. Jefferson winds, 0-1. Shot to left field, it'll be in for a base hit. Keener comes up on a couple of hops. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Mast. The throw's way offline. McCauley throws that one into center field. Hall gets up. He's going to take off and make it to third base as McCauley just airmailed the throw to second base. I don't know if they would have had Hall at second. That's a 2-run single for Hall, who takes third on the throwing error by McCauley. And it's 5-2. So LMU gets those 2 runs right back. As off the cutoff, you can see the player covering second base, who I think was Robinson, just put his hands on his head in disbelief as that ball was thrown into center field, and then Williams did a good job of getting there to back up. Or Hall could have circled the bases. One strike, the count to Bowen. So Hall's now 3 for 3. He's knocked in a pair. And it's 5-2 Lincoln Memorial. Jefferson's pitch is a called strike. Cameron Bowen, the shortstop, has been hit by a pitch and singled, and he has scored a run. There is activity now in the Tusculum bullpen here in this fourth inning. Jefferson's pitch is high and off the plate. One ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Bowen with Hall at third base. The pitch up and in, 2-2. Leadoff walk to Keene, and they always come back and bite you. And the single by Mast to the sacrifice, and then the single by Hall. Make it a 5-2 game. 1-2 from Jefferson is pop foul. It'll be out of play. Newberry still leads Limestone 3-1 in the fourth inning. Wingate leads Anderson 5-2. They are still in the third inning at Wingate. And Queens and Catawba. It's 1-0 Queens in the fourth. Jefferson's pitch is hit to deep left field. Keener back, track, wall, gone. Cameron Bowen with the home run. No doubt about that one. His first of the season, the second of his career. And just like that, it's a 4-run inning for the Rail Splitters. They lead it 7-2. As Bowen tees off on that one, and that may be the end of the evening for Harbor Jefferson, as Tusculum coach Brandon Steele makes his way to the mound, and he makes the call to the bullpen. So Jefferson unable to get out of the fourth inning after getting at least 5 in all 4 of his starts. As the third time through the lineup, LMU single and home run. As Bowen now has 13 runs batted in for the season. And we'll have the relief here for the Pioneers in this fourth inning. LMU now has 6 hits in the game. So the pitching change for Tusculum. And it will be Drew Slowinski. Slowinski coming out of the bullpen, the freshman, 6'4", 220-pound right-hander out of Knoxville's Bearden High School. Slowinski has been a very welcome addition to this pitching staff. The freshman has pitched very well. He's got a 1-1 record with a save and a 2.84 earned run average. Slowinski this season, 12 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts for Slowinski. Slowinski pitched on Wednesday at Carson Newman, worked an inning, struck out all 3 batters he faced. He pitched last weekend at Queens, a 5-2 loss in Game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday. Gave up 3 runs. One of them was earned on 4 hits and 2 innings with 3 strikeouts. Slowinski has had 2 or more strikeouts in 4 of his 5 appearances. Got a win against Malloy on February 20th with 3 2/3 innings of relief and earned a save against Illinois Springfield. As he worked 3 innings of relief in that game, struck out 3 and allowed just 1 hit. So Slowinski and I thought the lights flickered here, and now the lights in the outfield are not at full power. They'll have to cycle back on. Most of the lights are on, but there was some kind of... Because I thought all of a sudden the lights in this press box went out for a second. The field is still lit up. We've had this problem in the past. But it looks like we're going to have enough light to play. So Slowinski will go to work. And he will face the second baseman, Carson Bowles. Bowles was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. He flied out in the second. So Slowinski starting off clean here after LMU gets 4 runs in this third inning. They lead it 7-2. The first pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. The line is closed on Harbor Jefferson. He went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 76 pitches, 50 strikes. Upstairs for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes, the count to Carson Bowles. So the Pioneers got 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning to make it a 1-run game, but LMU comes right back with 4 runs here in the top of the fourth. Slowinski's pitch is found at the screen, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count to Bowles. And that pitch is off the plate, 3 and 1. Three balls and 1 strike the count. Slowinski's pitch is a called strike, 3 and 2. Three balls and 2 strikes the count to Carson Bowles. Slowinski's pitch is off the plate, ball 4. So Bowles is the base runner. And the first baseman, Ryan Kurth, will bat. Kurth walked with the bases loaded and not get a run in the first inning and flied out to right. Slowinski with his first pitch to Kurth. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Kurth, 3 home runs on the season, 11 RBIs. Now 12 after that bases loaded walk, hitting .315. Slowinski with a stretch in the pitch, called strike. 0-2 the count to Kurth. Stretch. 0-2 pitch. High. Snap throw by McCauley. Back in on the dive safely is Bowles. Bowles 5 stolen bases this season without being caught. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to Kurth. The pitch off the plate, 2 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Slowinski comes set, and the 2-2 pitch to Kurth. In the hole on the right side for a base hit. Big turn by Bowles. Throw back in behind him. As making the tag on Bowles as he came back to the base was Wilson. And Wilson goes down to the ground. But it is a base hit for Kurth, his first hit of the game. 7 hits now for the Rail Splitters. They have runners at first and second. And we have a pinch hitter. Well, they'll bat for McCarthy, the designated hitter, who's struck out twice. Tucker Hagan, the redshirt freshman at Owensboro, Kentucky, will bat. Hagan has started 2 games this season. He's 3 for 8 at the plate with 3 runs scored. And the first pitch to him is on the outside corner for a called strike. 1 strike the count to Tucker Hagan. Slowinski's pitch is up and away, 1-1 strike. Hagan's been in the lineup lately. He went 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored against Mars Hill on Tuesday. He was 2 for 4 at the plate in the series against Lander. So he's been getting some swings here lately for LMU. That one's off the plate. 2 balls and a strike the count to Tucker Hagan. Bowles at second, Kurth at first. Still only 1 out in the inning. It was the sacrifice by Goda. 4 runs in for LMU. They lead it 7-2. Slowinski's pitch is low and away. 3 balls and a strike. No activity in the Tusculum bullpen at the moment. Although that is, as I say that, it changes as the word gets down there to start throwing. The pitcher and catcher were ready to go, and they got the word. And we'll get some bullpen activity here. It's a 3-1 count on Hagan. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. We will see if they decide to put the runners in motion here with 1 out in the inning. 3-2. Runners do not go. The pitch is fouled away. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Hagan. The stretch. And the pitch. Bounced to short. Wilson can't make the play. Everybody's safe. Now coming home is Bowles, and he's going to be out at the plate. Aggressive base running from Bowles after the error by Wilson, but he is gunned down at the plate 6-2 for the second out of the inning. Kurth is at second, and Hagan's at first, safe on the error. As Wilson saw a double play ahead of him and did everything but grab the ball. But it was right there waiting for him, and Bowles didn't break stride around third base, and Wilson had plenty of time to recover, and he got the runner at the plate easily. The first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0 to Harvey. Caston Harvey is flied to center and grounded to short. The next pitch from Slowinski is a swing and a miss. Two strikes to Harvey. Pitch from Slowinski. Swing and a miss. All right, it was a 1-1 count. Now it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Harvey. The stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. Off the plate, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Caston Harvey. Kurth at second, Hagan at first. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slowinski's first strikeout of the game. But for LMU in the inning, they get 4 runs in the inning, 4 hits with an error, and 2 left on base. Middle of the 4th, it's Lincoln Memorial 7, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Tusculum trailing Lincoln Memorial 7-2. It'll be Samuelson, Wilson, and Robinson due up against Patrick Queener. Queener gave up 2 runs in the third inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, and a walk through 3 innings for Queener. The first pitch for Samuelson is fouled away. Samuelson singled his first time up. Queener at 50 pitches through 3 innings, 35 of them strikes. The pitch. Hit to deep right center field. Turning and watching is Keene, and it is off the fence in play. Samuelson got a hold of that one, but he'll get a double out of it as he launches that one to right field, and Keene had to play it off the wall. It's a double for Samuelson, and the Pioneers have their leadoff batter on here in the fourth. For Samuelson, his second double of the season. And it'll be Zach Wilson at the plate. Wilson flied out to right his first time up. First extra base hit of the game for the Pioneers. Samuelson is now 2 for 2. The pitch bounced to second. Going to his right is Bowles, and his throw to first is in time for the out. Samuelson will go to third as Wilson is out. And it'll be Britton Robinson at the plate. Robinson struck out swinging to end the second inning. Robinson batting with Samuelson on here in the fourth inning. Tusculum down 7-2. Queener's pitch is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Mast. 1 ball and no strikes. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference, Newberry leads Limestone 5-1 in the 6th. Wingate leads Anderson 5-2 in the 4th. The pitch to Robinson, blocked again by Mast. Catawba's gotten the run. They tied Queens 1-1 in the 4th. And Lenore Rhine leads Coker 17-4 as they play in the 9th inning. Wiener's 2-0 pitch. In the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. Three 3-0 the count as the catcher Mast will go out to discuss things with Queener. Samuelson's on at third base after he led off with a double and took third on the ground out by Wilson. Tusculum is being out-hit 7-4. Three 3-0 the count to Robinson. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Three-one pitch. Low and away, ball 4. So Robinson draws a walk. The Pioneers have runners at first and third for Blaze McCauley, the catcher. McCauley singled and scored in the third inning. McCauley, the junior out of Decula, Georgia, 5'11", 200 pounds. So the Pioneers runners are first and third, and 1 out here in the 4th. The first pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. No activity yet in the LMU bullpen. And now we start to see a little bit of movement down there. 1-0 pitch. Bounces away from Mast. Late break by the runner Samuelson, but he'll still score easily. As they throw behind at second base as Robinson took a big turn. Samuelson got a late break, but the ball got loose all the way to the Pioneer dugout. That gave Samuelson plenty of time to score. On the wild pitch, the second run scored in the game by the Pioneers via wild pitch. And time is called, as we will have a discussion here with the Rail Splitters. So it's now a 7-3 ball game. Pitching coach Garrett Lovehorn out there to have this discussion with his pitcher. And Lovehorn returns to the dugout as the Pioneers have a runner at second base. A 2-ball, no-strike count on McCauley. Top of the order, Williams waits on deck. Swing and a miss, strike one. Two and one the count to McCauley. Queenan's pitch is swung and a miss, 2-2. 2-2 the count to McCauley. Queener just over the 60 pitch mark here in this fourth inning. 2-2 delivery. Looped foul right side. Keene gives chase, and it will be off the wall in front of the Pioneer bullpen. Still 2-2 the count to McCauley. Two-two pitch. Up and in, 3-2. Three balls and two strikes the count. Queener with a stretch. Full count pitch is low, ball four. McCauley draws a walk, back-to-back walks by Queener. He's now walked three. And the Pioneers have runners at first and second with one out for the center fielder, Kyle Williams. Williams has grounded out and sacrificed. His sacrifice leading to 2 runs, or helping to lead to 2 runs in that third inning for the Pioneers. Williams standing in, hitting at .261. Queener with the stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. One strike to Williams. Stretch. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch, swing, and a foul tip. Strike 3. Williams is down on strikes, 2 outs here in the fourth. And Zane Keener will step in. With 2 outs here in the inning. The first pitch to Keener is taken for a ball. For Queener, that was his 4th strikeout. Pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike. One ball, one strike, the count to Zane Keener. Robinson at second, McCauley at first. The pitch, high, 2 balls and a strike. This one is hit foul towards the dugout. That's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and two the count to Zane Keener. Chopped to first. Kurth has it. He'll win the race to the bag for the out, and the inning is over. Pioneers do get a run on one hit as they score on the wild pitch. And 2 left on base. After 4 innings, it's Lincoln Memorial 7, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Tusculum trailing this one by a score of 7-3. As it will be Keene, Mast, and Goda leading off the top of the 5th inning. First pitch is fouled back to the screen by Drew Slowinski. Slowinski came in the 4th inning for Jefferson. He had a walk, a single, and an error, but got out of trouble. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Keene. High, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Slowinski is up and away 2-2. stretch by Slowinski and the pitch. It fouled on the right side. It is heading out of play and winds up in the Tusculum bullpen. Two and two the count to Keene, who has flied to left and walked. And that pitch is up and in, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Keene. The stretch. And time called. The stretch. And now the 3-2 coming from Slowinski is high, ball 4. Leadoff walk to Keene, second time he's walked. And that'll bring up Sam Mast, the catcher. Mast flied to center and singled and scored a run in the 4th. So Slowinski has walked 2. And Keene's on at first. He led off the 4th inning with a walk. This one's lined to left field. Keener will play it on a hop. Keene will move up to second base. And instant replay for LMU here in the 5th. A walk to Keene and a single to Mast. And the Rail Splitters have runners at first and second, nobody out. For the left fielder, Colin Goda. Goda sacrificed in the 4th. And I anticipate that he might try and do that again. The stretch by Slowinski. Goda swinging away this time. He'll loft it to right field. Reynolds drifts back. Tagging at second base is Keene. Reynolds makes the catch. And the throw will be cut off by Wilson as Keene crosses over to third base on the flyout by Goda, which works as a sacrifice in a sense. Goda now 0 for 2. And it'll bring up the center fielder, Chris Hall, who is working on a perfect game so far. He's doubled, singled, and singled. Scored twice, knocked in 2. Lenore Ryan has beaten Coker 17-4 in Game 1 of their 3-game series. Earlier today, UVA Wise beat Mars Hill 10-3. And Quincy beat Carson Newman 16-0 in a non-conference game as Hall fouls that one back for 1 strike. 1 strike the count to Hall, who's now batting .340. Runner goes. The pitch is hit to short. Wilson is only going to have 1 play at first. He's going to have to hurry. And he gets the out at first by half a step as Hall busting it down the line. He's out at first, but he has knocked in a run. As Keene scores, Mast goes to second. And it's an 8-3 ball game. So once again, Tusculum run answered by LMU run. Cameron Bowen, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Bowen has reached all 3 times. He's been hit by a pitch, singled, and homered. He's knocked in 2 and scored 2. He's now batting .297. Slowinski's pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Cameron Bowen. Pitch low in the feet of the catcher McCauley. Moving up to third base and sliding in safely is Mast. We'll see how that's scored. Might be a passed ball. Either way, it's 2 balls and no strikes. It's a big swing and a miss, strike 1. It is a wild pitch against Slowinski. Two-one pitch, popped up in the infield. Calling for it's the shortstop Wilson, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. A run for the Rail Splitters, 2 hits and 1 left. Or 1 hit in the inning, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. We're halfway home in this one, middle of the 5th. It's Lincoln Memorial 8, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Tusculum trailing by a score of 8-3. We apologize for some technical difficulties we're having with our score bug. It may say 7-2, but it is 8-3. And here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Pioneers will have 3, 4, and 5 batters this inning. It'll be Reynolds, Ezra, and Ortega facing Patrick Queener, who has scuffled through 4 innings, but he's got a 5-run lead. He's allowed 4 hits and 3 walks, 3 runs. Struck out 4, 73 pitches already. Wes Reynolds has struck out and singled and driven in a run. Reynolds now hitting .319. The first pitch to him is a called strike. 1 strike the count to Reynolds. The stretch and the pitch. Low, 1-1. And just like that, as soon as I mentioned the score bug is down, it's working again. So we are back to accuracy on our video. Cannot vouch for my accuracy, but we assume know the score bug is accurate. 2 balls and a strike the count to Wes Reynolds. Queener will come set and deliver. Skied in the air to center field. Hall broke back, drifts in, and he drops the ball. Safe at second base is Reynolds. Hall wasn't sure as he was drifting in. He called it off eventually, and then it just pops out of his glove for an error. That Reynolds is safe at second base, and that's why you run the ball out. You never know. Could that be the break the Pioneers are looking for? Reynolds at second base with nobody out. And Ezra will come to the plate. Ezra has been hit by a pitch and grounded out. First error of the game for LMU. Swing and a miss by Ezra. For Hall, that's his 3rd error of the season. 1 strike to count to Ezra. Low and in. Blocked by Mast. Reynolds got a little runnerish at second base, but he'll scurry back. One ball, one strike, the count to Luis Ezra. Ezra 0 for 1. Takes that one up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Stretch by Queener. 2-1 pitch. Foul tip at the plate, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Ezra. The pitch. In the dirt, away from Mast. Moving up to third base will be Reynolds. Another wild pitch for Queener. And the Pioneers have a runner at third base with nobody out. Third wild pitch of the game for Queener, who had only thrown 1 wild pitch all season. 3-2 the count to Ezra. The stretch, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Queener's 5th strikeout. Ezra down on strikes, 1 down here in the 5th. That'll bring Ortega to the plate. Ortega has hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out. So Ortega batting with a runner at third base and 1 out. One ball and no strikes. Called strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Ortega. Stretch and the pitch. Pop foul out of play, 1-2. That ball caroms off the canopy. One and two the count to Ortega. Queener's pitch. Pop foul again, still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count remains to Christian Ortega. Popped up, playable, behind first base. Kurth in foul territory. And he can't make the play. So he lost it in the sky, the moon, the stars, somewhere. It got up there, and it didn't come down where he thought it was going to. It's a strike. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two, the count remains to Ortega. Stretch. The 1-2. Hit foul down the right side. Still 1-2. One and two, the count remains to Ortega, as Queener is approaching 90 pitches. They would like to just get him through this 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. No, he went. He's rung up on strikes, and Ortega disagrees. as the home plate umpire Donovan Lords rings him up on the swing for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Queener, who's now struck out 6. And it'll be up to Will Samuelson, who's had a good day. He has singled and doubled and scored a run. Reynolds still at third base. The pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Zach Wilson, the shortstop, waits on deck. Maybe pitching Samuelson a little carefully, as the last time Samuelson came to the plate, he hit one off the wall. The 2-0 is bounced foul past the Tusculum dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. The stretch. And the pitch. Called strike, 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. Queener trying to get through this 5th inning. An 8-3 lead. The stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Low in the dirt, blocked by Mast. It's a full count. Three and 2 to Will Samuelson. Stretch by Queener. The payoff pitch. Bounce to first. Kurth gets a big hop, and he'll win the race to the bag for the out. The Pioneers get a runner at third base with nobody out. But Queener pitches out of trouble, and LMU holds the lead through 5 innings. After 5, it's Lincoln Memorial 8, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the top of the 6th inning here at Pioneer Park. Glad you could join us this evening on the Pioneer Sports Network. I'm Jim Miller. Our producer this evening is Aaron Fudge. It's been LMU from the get-go as they scored 3 in the first. Tusculum got 2 in the third. LMU 4 in the fourth, go up 7-2. Tusculum got back to 7-3, but LMU took an 8-3 lead in the top of the 5th. Pioneers had a chance in the bottom of the 5th with a runner at third and nobody out, but could not score. Drew Slowinski, who came on in the 4th inning in relief of starter Harbor Jefferson, is out there to start the 6th. And his first pitch to the leadoff batter, Carson Bowles, is fouled back to the screen for 1 strike. Bowles has been hit by a pitch, flied to center, and walked. He's scored a run. Bowles now hitting .333. Next pitch is high for a ball. Slowinski, inning and 2/3 so far, 2 hits and a run, 2 walks and a strikeout. 39 pitches in his inning and 2/3 of work. Swing and a miss, 1-2. There is activity in the Tusculum bullpen and activity in the LMU bullpen, as both teams will get into the bullpen. Tusculum already into the bullpen, obviously, and LMU will probably be dipping into the pen here soon. Skied foul, out of play. Right when Slowinski came into the game in the fourth inning, there was a little power blip here at the stadium. Some of the lights on the light poles in the outfield were turned off, and they have come back on. We are back to full power as that pitch is low for a ball, 2-2. As he checks his swing, as they make the appeal to first base, but first base umpire John Pullen said, no swing. 2-2 to Bowles. Slowinski with the pitch. Low, 3-2. Three balls, two strikes. The stretch. 3-2. Popped up, foul, out of play. Still 3-2. To the leadoff batter, Carson Bowles. The pitch. Hit foul again. Three and two, the count remains. This one is skied in the air to right center field. Reynolds is over, calls off Williams, and he makes a catch for the out. So Bowles is retired. One down here in the sixth.
One out. First baseman, number 17, Ryan Kurth.
And I'll bring up the first baseman, Ryan Kurth. Kurth has walked with the bases loaded to drive in a run in the first, fly to right, and singled. LMU really dodging a bullet in that fifth inning. If you recall, Reynolds reached second base when Hall dropped the fly ball to start the inning, and then he took third on a wild pitch, but Ezra and Ortega struck out, and Samuelson grounded out to end the inning. Good pitching from Queener. Pitch to Kurth on the inside corner for a called strike. Slowinski will set. And the pitch. Line to left field, and Keener will play it on a big hop. The one-out single for Kurth, his second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Ninth hit of the game for the Rail Splitters. Tucker Hagan, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Hagan was safe at first when he pinch hit in the fourth inning on a grounder to short that was misplayed by the shortstop Wilson, who was able to recover in time to throw out Bowles at the plate as he tried to score from second. Slowinski's pitch is lined to center field. Williams has it tracked, and he makes the catch. So Hagan hit that one on the nose, but he lines out to center for the second out of the inning. Two down here in the sixth. And the third baseman, Caston Harvey, will bat. Harvey has hit a sacrifice fly, grounded out, and struck out. He's 0 for 2 officially, now batting .286. Kurth, the runner at first base, 2 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Stretch in the pitch is fouled at the screen, 1 strike. One strike the count to Harvey. And that pitch is taken for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Slowinski with a pickoff throw to first base. And Kurth is back standing. Stretch, 1-1 pitch. Sky to center field. Williams drifting in and to his left. And he will make the catch, and the inning is over. A one-out single, but nothing else as 3 fly balls get Slowinski out of the 6th inning. Middle of the 6th, Tusculum looking for some runs. They trail at 8-3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for Lincoln Memorial as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be right-hander Ryan Franklin. Franklin, grad student, 6'2", 220 pounds, out of Brentwood, Tennessee, by way of Kalamazoo University. Franklin has made 6 appearances, all in relief, no record, a 3.24 earned run average, 8 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. And opponents are hitting 148 against Ryan Franklin. Franklin last season thrived in this role. He was 3-1 with a 2.18 earned run average in 16 games, 14 out of the bullpen. He allowed 18 hits and just 5 earned runs in 20 2/3 innings with 25 strikeouts. Franklin will go after the bottom third of the Tusculum lineup here in the 6th. Wilson, Robinson, and McCauley. Franklin last pitched on Saturday against Lander, inning in 2/3 of scoreless ball. He's not allowed a run in 4 of his 6 appearances this season. The line is done on Queener, who's in line for the victory. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and threw 96 pitches, 62 strikes. First pitch from Franklin to Wilson is lofted to right field. Keene will drift in, and Keene will make the catch for the first out. 1 up and 1 down on 1 pitch here in the 6th. And it'll be Britton Robinson coming to the plate. Robinson is 0 for 1 officially. He struck out and walked. Robinson digs in against Franklin. And the first pitch is a call and strike. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference, Newberry leads Limestone 10-1 in the 7th inning. Wingate 6, Anderson 3 in the 6th. And Catawba leads Queens 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Franklin's next pitch is popped up in the infield. Kurth will give way to Bowles. Nope, Kurth sticks with it and makes the catch for the second out. 2 pop-ups and 2 outs here in the sixth inning. Blaze McCauley will bat. McCauley has reached safely twice. He's singled and scored and walked. So Franklin has thrown 3 pitches and gotten 2 outs. And he'll go to work here against McCauley. The first pitch. Called strike. 1 strike to Blaze McCauley. Franklin with a stretch in the pitch. Called strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Blaze McCauley. 2 outs here in the 6th. Stretch by Franklin. The 0-2 pitch. Hit to short. Bowen sets himself, throws across, and just in time for the out. As Bowen took almost too much time there as he knew his catcher was running, but McCauley got down the line quickly. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Franklin. We're through 6 innings, and Lincoln Memorial continues to lead Tusculum 8-3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the top of the 7th inning here at Pioneer Park with Lincoln Memorial leading Tusculum by a score of 8-3. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup for the Rail Splitters, Keene, Mast, and Goda. And that connection has worked well tonight. 4 runs in the 4th inning and 1 in the 5th, with those 3 batters leading off that inning. Keene has flied to left, walked twice, and scored twice. Facing Drew Slowinski, who's still out there after 2 2/3 innings at 55 pitches. First pitch bounces up there, 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Keene. Slowinski has struck out 1, walked 2, giving up 3 hits and a run. The stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes the count to Andrew Keene. Foul to the screen, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Slowinski with the stretch, 2-1 pitch. Up and in. No, called strike. I didn't think so. Keene didn't think so either. It's called strike, 2-2. Slowinski, on the other hand, thought it was a perfect pitch. 2-2 pitch. That's high, 3-2. Full count, Keene leading off the 7th. 2 more tomorrow for these teams. First pitch will be 1 o'clock here at Pioneer Park. We will have video, but we will not have commentary. which may be a blessing. 3-2 pitch is on the outside. Nope, just off the plate, ball 4. Third straight time that Keene has walked. Third straight time Keene has walked to lead off the inning. So form holds, Mast will single here, which he's done twice. He's also flied to center. Mast now hitting .375. Third walk issued by Slowinski. He's walked Keene twice. Jefferson walked him the other time. There we go. Single walk, or walk single. And Keener boots it a little bit, and that's going to allow the runner to take third. Keene looked like he might have been coming all the way, but Keener's fumble out there allows runners to take first and third. As Mast holds on at first base. So the third time in 4 innings that Keene leads off with a walk and Mast follows with a single. And now Goda bats again with 2 on and nobody out. He has sacrificed, struck out, and flied out. So Goda bats with runners at the corners. And give Keener an error on that misplay in left field. 4th error of the game for the Pioneers as Mast got a huge jump and he steals second base. His 3rd stolen base of the season. He's not been caught. The pitch was a called strike to Goda, who bats with runners at second and third and nobody out. Stretch by Slowinski in the pitch. Check swing, and he fouls it away onto the concourse. One ball, one strike, the count to Goda. The pitch. Pop foul. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Goda. Stretch, the 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Slowinski. On the outside corner, it's a called 3rd strike. Goda goes down looking for the 2nd time. 2nd strikeout for Slowinski, 1 down here in the 7th. And Chris Hall will come to the plate. Hall has doubled, singled, grounded out. He's knocked in 3. He scored 2. And he's not going to face Drew Slowinski as Coach Brandon Steele has the hook. And we'll see the lefty coming in here to face Hall. As Tusculum trailing this one 8-3, and they're trying to keep it right here. So pitching change for the Pioneers. And it is Drew Miller, who happens to be the only lefty in the bullpen. So it narrows it down when they bring in the left-hander out of the bullpen. Miller making his 4th appearance of the season. He has no record, a 7.71 ERA. 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a walk, a strikeout, opponents hitting .250 against Drew Miller. The lefty is a grad student, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Mooresville, North Carolina. So Drew Miller, second most famous left-hander to come out of Mooresville, North Carolina, will take over. Miller will have his work cut out for him here. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out here in the 7th, with Hall coming to the plate. Hall will face the left-hander. Miller last pitched against Malloy on Sunday, February 20th. He came in the ninth inning, got 2 outs, and then was removed to allow another pitcher to get work. He also threw 2/3 of an inning against Malloy without a run on February 19th. Against Illinois Springfield on February 12th, he worked 1 inning, gave up 3 runs and 2 hits. So all of his appearances this season have been at home. And now Hall will come to the plate. Keene at third, Mast at second, 1 out. Pioneers will try and keep this at a 5-run lead. No other activity right now in the Tusculum bullpen. The first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. I do not have Hall's numbers against left-handed pitchers this season. Off the glove of the catcher, McCauley, and in to score the run is Keene. Might be a passed ball. That pitch was low and in, but you heard the thud of the glove first. And usually that's a sign that the pitch was not handled properly. We'll see how it's scored. In any case, it is 9-3. We know that for a fact, as Keene scores for the 3rd time. Leadoff walks. Leadoff walks. Infield in. It was a passed ball. Pitch. Looped foul, out of play. So LMU's added another run here. They lead at 9-3. The stretch by Miller, the pitch. Hit in the hole through the drawn-in infield for a base hit. And Hall has a 4-hit game. As coming in to score is Mast. He's also knocked in 4. And the out that was recorded on him was by a bang-bang play at first base, or he could have a 5-hit game. He'll get one more at bat here before we're done. So Hall now 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. And it's 10-3. Cameron Bowen, the batter. Bowen's been hit by a pitch, singled, homered, and popped up. And Hall is thrown out at second, attempting to steal. Nice throw from McCauley. Nice tag from Robinson. Hall is caught stealing 2-4. So McCauley throws out the runner attempting to steal second base. Hall caught for the 2nd time this season. So 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch is a breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. After this series, Lincoln Memorial will host Lee on Tuesday and then host Wingate in a 3-game series next weekend. Popped up in the infield. Who wants it? Ezra makes the catch as Miller was right there. That's first baseman's ball all the way, and Ezra puts it away for the out. That'll do it here in the 7th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error, and nobody left on base. 7th inning stretch time. It's Lincoln Memorial 10, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Lincoln Memorial leads Tusculum 10-3 at the 7th inning stretch. And we have a new pitcher for the Rail Splitters. It will be Mason Turner. Turner making his 5th appearance of the season. No record, a 13.50 ERA, 4 innings, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .526 against Mason Turner. Turner is a graduate student, 6'1", 205 pounds, out of Tampa, Florida, by way of Hillsborough Community College. Last season, Turner, he had pretty good numbers. 18 appearances. A 1-0 record, a 2.49 earned run average, 21 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 6 earned runs, 8 walks, 20 strikeouts. And last year, opponents hit .183 against Turner. So Turner's numbers this year just not there. But again, it's early, and everybody's numbers get skewed, especially if you have one bad outing. And we'll see what Turner has done so far this season in his appearances. Well, it was last week against Lander that did him in. He faced 4 batters and gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. Before then, he was off to his usual solid pitching. He'd given up 2 runs in 4 innings with 7 strikeouts. But that outing against Lander on the 25th kind of messed those numbers up in a 12-3 loss. But wipe the slate clean, come back tomorrow. Remember, once there was a pitcher who in the major leagues who had a terrible first outing, and they said, well, what do you think about him? And they said, well, think about how much fun he's going to have all season trying to get his ERA down under 3. So a lot of seasons still to go here. Now, of course, they don't pitch as many innings as major leaguers do. But to have one bad outing, you can just chalk it up to tough luck and come back with confidence in your guy. And they're showing confidence, obviously, in Turner, as they'll send him out here in the bottom of the 7th inning to face the top of the Pioneer lineup. Ryan Franklin with a very efficient 6th inning. He threw 6 pitches and got 3 outs. Kyle Williams will lead off for the Pioneers here in the 7th. Williams has grounded out, sacrificed, and struck out. He's 0 for 2. But he's not going to bat. And we have a new battery change as well, I think. It's Ryan Dos Santos pinch hitting for Williams here in the 7th. Shows bunt, takes a strike. One strike to count to Dos Santos. This one is chopped up the first baseline. It is a fair ball. No, it's a foul ball. It's called foul at the plate as the first base umpire had it called. So another strike to Dos Santos. Dos Santos hitting .286. He's 4 for 14 at the plate in 11 games. And it appears to be a new catcher as well, but cannot make out his number. Is Cameron Palzer, 6'2", 210 freshman out of Marietta, Georgia, now in the game at catcher. Turner's pitch is in the dirt and blocked. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Dos Santos. Turner with the stretch. And the 1-2. Inside. Turner wanted it. The infield wanted it. Harvey at third base putting his hands on his head. He cannot believe it. It's 2-2. 2-2 the count to Dos Santos. Stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Low in the dirt, 3-2. Catawba leads Queens 2-1. Then we head to the 9th inning. Greg Brown for Catawba gone the distance so far. 115 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 3 hits. 3-2 coming to DeSantos. Fought off and fouls it away past third base coach / head coach Brandon Steele. Wingate leads Anderson 10-3, bottom of the 7th. They scored 5 in the bottom of the 6th to blow that one open. And Newberry, they have poured it on against Limestone. It's now 17-1 Newberry in the 7th. They've scored 10 runs in the inning and counting. They've probably stolen about 12 bases in the game. 3. Ball 4 to DeSantos. So he's a leadoff base runner here in the 7th. And Zane Keener will come to the plate. Keener has struck out, walked, grounded out, and scored a run. So good at bat by DeSantos. He fouled off 3 pitches in that at bat before drawing the walk. The stretch by Turner and the first pitch coming to Keener. Off his elbow, it's a hit batsman. Keener draws the hit batsman. It's the 3rd time this season he's been hit by a pitch. DeSantos will move to second base, and Turner has walked and hit the first 2 batters he's faced. Now he'll have to contend with Reynolds, but not until pitching coach Garrett Lovorn makes the trip to the mound. And we're going to have a substitution for the Pioneers as Reynolds will not bat. This will be Connor Jurek to pinch hit for Reynolds. Jurek this season, 1 for 8 at the plate in 6 games. Jurek, freshman, 5'10", 165-pound freshman out of Knoxville. Jurek got his hit against Illinois Springfield back on February 11th. Batting here with runners at first and second, nobody out. Turner's pitch to him is called strike. Turner with a lot of action on that breaking ball. Turner waits for the sign from the catcher Pauser. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. Nothing in 2 the count to Jurek. Turner. The 0-2 delivery. Upstairs, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count to Connor Jurek. The stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. Fought off, fouled away. One and 2, the count holds to Connor Jurek. The pitch. hit to third. Taking it to the bag is Harvey, and that's it. He'll get the force at third base as DeSantos is out. Keener goes to second, Jurek safe at first. And with one out, it'll be the first baseman, Luis Ezra. Ezra's been hit by a pitch, grounded out, and struck out. So Ezra comes to the plate. Turner with the set. Very deliberate worker. The pitch. Fouled away, 1 strike. Taubas still leads Queens 2-1, 2 outs in the 9th inning. Brown still out there going for the complete game. Stretch by Turner. The 0-1 to Ezra. Hit to first. Kurth picks it up, tags the bag. Everybody else moves up the base. 2 down here in the 7th. Another pinch hitter for the Pioneers. Jaden Stiegel will pinch hit for Ortega. Ortega was 0 for 3. Stiegel, the senior out of Hiram, Georgia, 5'9", 180 pounds. Stiegel, 158 hitter this season, 3 for 19, but he does have 5 runs batted in. Called strike to Stiegel, who's was a preseason second-team all-conference selection this year. Last year, he hit .235 for the Pioneers with 13 RBIs. The career .271 hitter with 6 homers. The pitch to him is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Pauser. 1 ball and a strike. The stretch. And the pitch. Fouled away. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Stiegel. Newberry now leads Limestone 18-1. They've gone to the 8th inning. Newberry got 11 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Turner with a 1-2 count on Stiegel. The stretch and the pitch. Fouled away. Into the seats behind the first base dugout and caroms all the way back out into fair territory. The stretch by Turner. One-two to Stiegel. Hit to right field, down the line. Keene giving chase. It's a foul ball. Still 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count holds to Stiegel, who's batting for Ortega. Keener at third, Jurek at second. Turner with the stretch and the pitch. Fought off again, foul. Stiegel making him work for it. Final Catawba. Catawba has won 2-1 behind Greg Brown. Struck out 10. A complete game, 134 pitches. But Catawba gets the win 2-1. That's their conference opener. Queens drops to 3-1 in the league. It's called strike 3. And Stiegel is caught looking to end the inning. First strikeout for Turner. No runs, no hits, 2 left for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th. It's Lincoln Memorial 10, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the top of the 8th inning here at Pioneer Park with Lincoln Memorial leading by a score of 10-3. Some changes for the Pioneers. Ryan Dos Santos stays in the game in center field. Connor Jurek stays in the game in right field. Jaden Stiegel stays in the game at third base. And 2 changes. Now at second base for the Pioneers is Rudy Fernandez batting in the 8th spot vacated by Robinson. And the new catcher is Dylan Simmons batting in the 9th spot vacated by McCauley. Leading off for LMU here in the 8th inning is Carson Bowles. Bowles has been hit by a pitch, flied out, walked, and flied out, scored a run. Drew Miller finished the 7th. He starts the 8th for the Pioneers. And he's down the count. 3 balls and no strikes. The Pioneers have subbed out 5 of their 9 starters. Called strike. 3-1. Bowles, Kurth, and Hagan due up here in the 8th inning for the Rail Splitters. They've out-hit Tusculum 11-4. The 3-1 pitch is inside for ball 4. So Bowles reaches for the 3rd time. Another leadoff walk. 4 of them in the game.
We know it's the first baseman number 17, Ryan Kirk.
And the 5th time that LMU's gotten their leadoff man on base, the leadoff man has scored all 4 times he's reached so far. Tusculum has gotten 5 leadoff men on, but they've only scored twice. It's a swing and a miss to Kurth, who has walked to knock in a run, flied out, singled, and singled. 2 for 3 officially is Kurth, now batting .339. Miller's pitch to him is off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Kurth. Swing and a miss. One ball and 2 strikes to count. The stretch by Miller. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Drew Miller. 1 down here in the 8th.
Now batting, the designated hitter number 2, Tucker Hagan.
And it'll be Tucker Hagan, the designated hitter, coming to the plate. Hagan pinch hit in the 4th inning, reached on an error, and he's also lined out to center field, 0 for 2. Bunts it down the first baseline, but is going to trickle foul as Ezra kills it dead in foul territory. 1 strike to count to Hagan. Newberry is still leading Limestone 18-1 in the 8th inning. They've out-hit the Saints 22-3. Limestone scored a run in the top of the 1st inning, and that was it. Wingate leads Anderson 10-3 in the 8th inning. Did he go? No. Ball and a strike. And earlier today, UVA Wise beat Mars Hill 10-3. Lenore Rhine beat Coker 17-4. And Catawba beat Queens 2-1. In non-conference, it was Quincy 16, Carson Newman nothing, which no doubt delights participants on both of these teams today. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Hagan. Miller fouled away. Miller works as quickly as Turner works slowly, if that makes sense. There's a guy who needed a pitch clock. It was Turner back in the 7th inning. Miller's pitch, breaking ball up and away, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, high, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Hagan. Harvey due up next for the Rail Splitters. Miller's pitch, up and away, ball 4. Out of the glove of Simmons, but it doesn't matter. It was ball 4. Second walk issued by Miller. And it will bring up Caston Harvey. Harvey has hit a sacrifice fly, grounded out, struck out, and flied out. He's 0 for 3 officially, now batting .279. LMU's had runners in every inning except the 3rd. Good block by Simmons, 1 ball and no strikes. Miller with the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Foul to the screen, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Foul down the line. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Harvey. And a called strike 3. Harvey down on strikes for the 2nd time. Second strikeout for Miller, 2 outs here in the 8th.
With 2 outs, the right fielder, number 11, Andrew Keene.
Andrew Keene, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Keene has flied out, walked, and he scored 3 runs. Outside low, 1 ball and no strikes. Keene had walked 8 times this season coming into play today. So his average may only be 182, but his on-base percentage now up to 351. Runners jumping off their bases. Miller's pitch is up and away. Snap throw to first by Simmons, and back safely is Hagan. (10-3) LMU here in the 8th inning. Game 1 of this series. The pitch. High, 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 the count. And that's ball 4. So Keene has walked for the 4th straight time. And that loads the bases. For the catcher, Cameron Pauser. Pauser, a freshman, 6'2", 210 pounds, out of Marietta, Georgia. Pauser has started 7 games. He is 4 for 20 at 200 average. Or check that. How is Mast allowed to hit again? I thought he was out of the game. Mast must have moved positions. And we didn't get notice of that as the pitch is fouled out of play, or fouled into foul territory and caught by Stiegel for the out. So Mast was in the game all along. We'll have to figure out where he went to defensively, because Pouncer had come in. He must have gone to left field. But we'll straighten that out for you when we come back. After 7.5 innings, it is Lincoln Memorial 10, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. You go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Tusculum trailing 10-3 against Lincoln Memorial. New pitcher is Brennan Murphy. The last batter was Caldwell. Grayson Caldwell was in the game, the catcher, 5'11", 195 pounds, out of Marietta, Georgia. I'm still confused. Well, we do know there's a new pitcher, as Brennan Murphy, a 6'7", 202-pound sophomore out of Harrogate, hometown boy at Cumberland Gap High School. Murphy has pitched 2 games. He's given up 2 hits in 2 innings and no runs with 2 strikeouts. So it will be Brennan Murphy against Murphy Flood, who is in the on-deck circle to bat for Samuelson to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. So Samuelson departs after going 2 for 3. Elsewhere in the Southland Conference, Newberry leads Limestone 18-1. They've gone to the 9th inning. And it's 10-3 Wingate over Anderson in the 8th inning. Murphy Flood, the pinch hitter for the Pioneers. Flood, the junior, 6'2", 290 pounds, out of Dalton, Georgia. He's made 10 starts this season, hitting .267 with no home runs, 4 runs batted in. And the first pitch is called strike. One strike the count to Flood. The pitch inside. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Flood. Murphy's pitch to Murphy. Line to right field. It's going to be in for a base hit. Cut off in the gap by Keene. Flood digging for second. He dives. He comes up short, but the throw gets away at second, and Flood is safe with a double. Flood avoided a chance to be on the highlight reels forever, as his headfirst dive was about 10 feet short, but the throw into second base skipped past the shortstop covering Bowen, and Flood is safe at second with a double. Zach Wilson at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He has fly to right, grounded out, and fly to right. Murphy's first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. One ball, 1 strike to count to Wilson. The pitch. Sky to left center field. Hall is called off by the left fielder. Goda makes the catch for the out.
Second baseman Rudy Fernandez.
And now at the plate for the Pioneers is Rudy Fernandez, making his first appearance of the game. Time is called before the pitch is delivered. Fernandez hitting .208. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Murphy's pitch. Inside corner for a strike. The stretch by Murphy. The pitch to Fernandez is chopped foul past third. Fernandez with an 0-2 count. Pitch inside for a ball. One and two the count to Fernandez. Murphy with the stretch and the pitch. Hit to left field. Goda towards the line, makes the catch. And retreating to second base is Flood for the second out. 2 outs, and for the first time in the game, it'll be Dylan Simmons, the catcher, at the plate. Simmons, a catcher, 5'9", 195-pound sophomore out of Wellington, Florida, by way of Messiah College in Grantham, Pennsylvania. Division III school. Been there many times personally. Simmons at the plate. The first pitch is called strike on the inside corner. Simmons has started 3 games this season. He is 2 for 8 at the plate with an RBI and 2 runs scored. The pitch. Inside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Simmons. Murphy with the set. The 0-2 pitch. And he falls off the mound, but he manages to get it to the plate. And it's a ball. And his teammates find that humorous, and so do I. That was savvy play there by Murphy as he let the ball go even as he stumbled off the mound. Looked like a curling shot. It kind of rolled in there. Or cricket. The stretch and the pitch. This one's hit to short. Bowen, nope, it's going to be cut off instead by Harvey, who throws across for the out, and the inning is over. Leadoff double for the Pioneers. Nothing else in the 8th. We head to the bottom or the top of the 9th inning. It is Lincoln Memorial 10, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. And nearly 3 hours after we got started, we stagger to the 9th inning with Tusculum trailing 10-3. This game fell off the rails about the 7th. 11 hits for LMU in the game. It'll be Colin Goda leading off against Drew Miller, who's pitched an inning and 2/3 of scoreless relief. He's walked 3, struck out 2. Goda, Hall, Bowen, the due-up batters here in the 9th. Swing at the first pitch. Skied towards the first base stands, and Ezra's just out of room. Another foot, and he'd have had it. 1 strike the count to Goda. Goda has struck out, sacrificed, flied out, and struck out. He's 0 for 3. One strike the count. Miller threw 32 pitches so far. That's a called strike, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Chop foul at the plate. The only starters still in the game for the Pioneers are Keener, Ezra, and Wilson. The pitch. Breaking ball off the plate, 2-2. This one is drilled to center field. Dos Santos to his left, and he'll make the catch for the out. One down in the ninth.
The center fielder, number 54, Chris Hall.
Chris Hall, the center fielder, has had quite a day. He's 4 for 5. 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. He's doubled, singled, grounded out, and singled. Scored twice. He swings. Tried to check his swing. That's strike 1. Hall was the first batter that Miller faced when he came in the 7th, and Hall came through with a single. As he rolled one between first and second. And that one's up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a final at Newberry. Newberry beats Limestone 18-3. Inside, 2-1. So Newberry wins their conference opener. They're now 16-3. Limestone now 1-3 in the conference, 3-17 overall. 22 hits for the Wolves. Low and in. It's 3 balls and a strike to Hall. Wingate 10, Anderson 3, bottom of the 8th at Wingate. The pitch, foul back. 3-2 the count to Hall. Stretch by Miller, and the 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Three and two, the count holds. The stretch. Payoff pitch. Hit to first. Ezra is going to have to use Miller, and he's not going to get him. He is safe. Hall is safe at first. Infield single, his 5th hit of the game. He is now 5 for 6. And he's a half a step away from being 6 for 6. And it'll be Cameron Bowen at the plate. Bowen has been hit by a pitch, singled, homered, popped up, and popped up. LMU with 12 hits in the game. Hall has 5 of them. Miller's pitch is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Hall was caught stealing the last time he was on base. Doubt he'll be running here with a 7-run lead. Two balls and no strikes the count to Bowen. Fouled back. Miller toes the rubber and comes 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Three and one the count to Cameron Bowen. Miller's pitch. Hit to right center field. Some open space out there. Dos Santos on the run. Won't get there. it's picked up on the warning track by DeSantos. Hall is steaming around third. He's coming to the plate. The throw is going to be in time, and they get the out at the plate. Nice relay throw from Wilson. As DeSantos got it off in the gap to Wilson to Simmons for the second out, and Hall was out by about 20 feet. But those are the plays. Those are the chances you can take when you're up by 7 runs. Make them make a play, and the Pioneers did. So Tusculum's defense still working, but Bowen gets another hit, his third hit of the game. And Bowles comes to the plate. Bowles has been hit by a pitch, flied out, walked, flied out, and walked. 0 for 2 officially. Miller's first pitch is a strike. So Miller's been in and out of trouble since he's come in, but he hasn't allowed any runs yet. Stretch in the pitch. High. Ball and a strike to Carson Bowles. The pitch. Low, blocked by Simmons. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike, the count. Called strike 2. Two and 2 the count. Miller with the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Bounced foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Miller's third strikeout. He have a single and a double, but no runs, thanks to his defense. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Pioneers. They trail Lincoln Memorial 10-3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Changes for Lincoln Memorial as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tyler Boyd now in the game to play at third base because the third baseman, Caston Harvey, will come in to pitch. Harvey has pitched once this season. 2 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, but they were all unearned. 2 walks. So Harvey will try and close this one out here in the 9th inning. As LMU is working through their bullpen here in the last couple innings as they've gone in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and now 9th.
Moving from third base to the mound is number 34, Caston Harvey.
So Boyd will be in the DH's spot. The DH is done. And Harvey will pitch. It'll be Ryan DeSantos leading off the bottom of the ninth inning for the Pioneers. DeSantos pinch hit in the seventh, drew a walk. LMU out hitting Tusculum 13-5. The Rail Splitters left 11 on base. Bunts as they had a shift on, and he bunts it foul. One strike to count to Ryan DeSantos. DeSantos bunts it again, and he bunts it foul again. 2 strikes. 2 strikes to count to DeSantos. That's what they want you to do. They want you to get out of your routine and try to do something different. Now he's got 2 strikes in the count. The pitch by Harvey is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. DeSantos down on 3 pitches, 1 out here in the ninth. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. Tyler Rennell will pinch hit for the Pioneers. He'll pinch hit for Keener. And he takes that one for a ball. Rennell, a senior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. He is 0 for 1 this season with a run scored. He fouls that one back. Harvey with the stretch and the pitch. Outside. Two balls and 1 strike the count to Rennell. The pitch. Low. Rennell batted against Malloy on February the 19th. He scored a run on Wednesday against Carson Newman. The pitch to him is high, ball 4. So Rennell draws a walk. And it'll bring Connor Jurek to the plate. Jurek reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Stretch by Harvey, and the pitch to Jurek is fouled away, 1 strike. Wingate leads Anderson 13-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Harvey's pitch is low, ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike, the count. Runner goes, the pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch hit to third. Boyd just in the game to second for 1, on to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. Rennell's out at second, 5-4. Jurek safe at first. And we'll have another pinch hitter for the Pioneers. This will be Zach Brunette. Brunette, a junior out of Commerce Township, Michigan, 6'2", 195 pounds. He's 1 for 2 at the plate this season. And it's taken for a ball. Ball and no strikes to count to Burnett. The pitch. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Burnett. Harvey's pitch. Off the plate, 3-0. 10-3 LMU, 2 outs bottom of the 9th inning. Harvey down to the count 3-0. The pitch. Called strike, 3-1. Three and 1 the count to Burnett. Stiegel waits on deck. Runner goes, pitch is fouled away. It's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Harvey's pitch is a called strike 3, and that'll do it. So 3 hours and 13 minutes after we start, Lincoln Memorial gets the victory by a score of 10-3. Final game totals for Tusculum, or for Lincoln Memorial: 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. They left 11. Tusculum, 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors. They left 10. The winning pitcher was Patrick Queener, 3-2. The losing pitcher, Harbor Jefferson, 3-2. As mentioned, the game was 3 hours and 13 minutes. Batting stars, without a doubt, for Lincoln Memorial, Chris Hall, 5 for 6 with a double, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Cameron Bowen, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, including a home run. 2 for 4 for Ryan Kurth, 3 for 5 for Sam Mast, and 3 runs scored for Andrew Keene for Lincoln Memorial. For Tusculum, they were led at the plate today by Will Samuelson, who was 2 for 3 with a double. But when you only have 5 hits, not a lot of batting stars. Queener went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, struck out 6 to get the victory, and then 4 relievers with a scoreless inning apiece. For Tusculum, out of the bullpen, Slowinski went 3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits. And Drew Miller, 2 2/3 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. That'll do it for the opener of this 3-game series. Lincoln Memorial now 9-7 on the year, 1-0 in the conference. Tusculum drops to 8-8 overall, 0-4 in the conference. Elsewhere today in the South Atlantic Conference, it was UVA-Wise 10, Mars Hill 3, Lenorine 17, Coker 4. Newberry beat Limestone 18-3. Catawba beat Queens 2-1, and still going at Wingate, it's Wingate 14, Anderson 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Non-conference today was Quincy 16, Carson Newman nothing. 2 more tomorrow. First pitch, 1 o'clock. We'll have video coverage for you here on the Pioneer Sports Network. There'll be no commentary. Hold your applause. And we'll be back here for a 1 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon. Doubleheader action as the Pioneers and Rail Splitters finish off their 3-game series. Many thanks to our producer, Aaron Fudge, for his